Welcome back to Earth is Ghetto. It's Friday, April 24th, and I'm your host, Love. If you made it through the week without losing your mind, your job, or your last nerve, honestly, that's a win worth celebrating. Around here, we keep it real about life on this wild little planet. The chaos, the comedy, and the moments that make you pause and go, yeah, Earth really is ghetto. So get comfortable, unclench your jaw, and let's talk about it.
What up, y'all? Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Oh man, it was tornado sirens going off and the whole shebang. I was driving, it was lightning, I was praying, I was saying my Psalms 91. I was like, Lord, if your will, your way, but let me make it another day. And he did, because I'm here talking to y'all. Oh my gosh. When you're driving through storms and stuff like that, that's when like all the stuff that was bothering you that day, it doesn't seem that important because you just want to make it home. But other than that, did go to the gym, today wasn't as busy as normal, but it was busy. I'm just so excited that it's the weekend. I'm so happy it's Friday. I don't know what to do with myself, but read some news. Let's get into it, see what we got. It's Friday. So, a U.S. soldier has been charged with using inside information to win $400,000 in online betting market on Venezuelan President Maduro's capture. He did that. Jada Pinkett Smith is demanding nearly $49,000 in legal fees from Bilal Salem after his emotional distress claims got tossed by the judge. Jada is like, she can make an example out of him. She's like, you want to play with us? Now I want money. Nia Long at 55. I know that's right, Nia. Nia looks a good. Flex and Shanice celebrated 24 years of marriage, overcoming bankruptcy and homelessness. I don't know why they had to add that part in, but they've been together for 24 years. I like your smile. Psych. That was always so corny and stupid, but funny. 8Ball and MJG took to Instagram to share his weight loss. Fat boy from the South. He's no longer the fat boy from the South running his mouth. He's a little man. But now he looks good. Hopefully it don't take BX the plug that long to lose weight, because he swear he losing weight. Robert F. Kennedy sparks outrage among disability rights activists with recent comments alleging widespread fraud in Medicaid programs that pay people to care for elderly or disabled family members. The FBI delivers a major blow to Mexican mafia, arresting 43 gangsters in California with ties to notorious prison gang in a large-scale operation. Somebody got approved for Trump's $1 million gold card visa program. Nearly 208,000 heated socks sold at Costco recalled after burn reports. Something about this still makes me want some of them socks. I didn't know they had heated socks, but I guess 13 reports of secondary burns. Like, how hot was them things getting? RFK Jr. said that Trump eats really bad food, which is McDonald's, candy, and Diet Coke, but he drinks Diet Coke all the time. He has a constitution of deity. I don't know how he's alive. He's just pumping himself full of poison all day long. Harry Styles and Zoe Kravitz are engaged. Somebody said that Zoe's collecting men like infinity rings because she was engaged to Channing Tatum too. So, this Officer of the Month wanted to pew pew up a music festival and kill and unalive black people. He was the former police officer. He had been arrested in Florida for allegedly plotting to carry out a mass pew pewing at a New Orleans festival. Younger men are dating older women now more than ever. Cougar Bill is amongst them. Large tornado on the ground in Eden, Oklahoma. Now, I didn't see nothing like that. When I was driving, I was looking, but I didn't see nothing like that. Michael Jackson's son reflects on his dad's legacy and the powerful moment of seeing his cousin Jafar Jackson portray him in Michael. He said Jafar embodied his dad. This bear snuck into a backyard at Connecticut home and stole a bag of Doritos that was left out on the patio table. Why does he have like a camera on him? I'm hoping this video makes sense, but right now all I see is just a bear getting some. But I mean, how did they get this shot? Did they put a GoPro on him or something? Makes zero sense. A new AI thing that had young Donald Trump on Soul Train. These are getting funnier and funnier, man. He'll probably like this one though. This girl has been vaping since she's 15 years old. At 22, doctors tell her she only has 18 months to live. Kaylee Boda, a 22-year-old from Manchester, has learned she has just 18 months to live after being diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. So, former Michigan head coach Sharon Moore's accuser Paige Shiver had her first interview since the arrest and firing. You know, she was going on TV and she said he had control over her life. I wonder if he learned a valuable lesson. Because, yeah. So this is crazy. This Miss Universe, Carolina Gomez, was unalived by her own mother-in-law. She was only 23. And I guess they have footage of it. Poor little dog and baby. So the mother-in-law did it, then she just left. The husband didn't even like call the police or nothing. The whole situation's crazy. A mother in Orange County, California has been charged after her 14-year-old son allegedly hit and critically injured an 81-year-old man with his e-bike. What's that? President Trump signs off the largest drop in prescription drug prices in history of the United States. 17 of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, representing 80% of the branded drug market, have now agreed to sell their drugs for lower. I didn't know this was Kim Wayans' husband. Kim keeps her life so private, but her and her husband have been married for 20 years. Okay, Kim. This woman who only ate fresh fruit passes away of malnutrition. Carolina, who was only 27, originally from Poland, adhered to an extreme fruitarian diet. At the time of her death, her weight was 22 kilograms. While staying at this resort in Bell to meet a fruit diet, they said while staying at the resort to meet the full diet she requested to only deliver fruit to her room. After entering her room, she reportedly lacked even the strength to turn over in the bed or ask for help. On the third day after check-in, she was found collapsed on the floor in the bathroom. This incident has become a representative case illustrating how spiritual wellness is merely a baseless and potentially fatal illusion. Additionally, the echo chamber phenomenon on social media is analyzed as playing a role. Tamia and Grant Hill are celebrating 27 years. I can't remember that song. I think it was called Still or something. They still together. Warner Brothers shareholders approved $81 billion sale to Paramount in a mega merger that could vastly reshape Hollywood. Wrestler and actor Andre the Giant is being honored with a roadside marker in a small town in North Carolina that was once his home. Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor are at a charity softball game. I really wish they would have played this like on video. I know that was funny. I know they were having a ball. This man goes viral after showing off his 3 girlfriends who are all dressed the same. Why he got them all crammed in the back? Single dad 26 has 4 inches of his wanker amputated after cancer ate away at it. A man who stole a purse from then Homeland Security Kristi Noem while she dined at a restaurant under the protection of Secret Service agents was sentenced to 3 years in prison for a string of thefts in the nation's capital. A New York father and son were arrested and charged after investigators discovered chemicals at their residence that had been combined to create explosive materials. The girl that plays Starlight on Boys, Erin, she says she has Graves. She has Graves' disease, and she said that she had a hard time shooting this season. A soldier who deliberately infected 5 young men and 2 boys aged 15 and 17 with HIV in Newcastle, United Kingdom, has been jailed for a minimum of 23 years. 22-year-old Shauna Ray, who stands 3'10" and weighs 50 pounds, says she's ready to step into the dating world. Shauna. She really should have played that Megan doll. She should be an actress, honestly. But it's some weird dude that would get with her. I mean, I get it, but oh no. Jonathan DuPitton, who hosts Rich and Unemployed podcast, was sentenced to 7 years in prison for $3.8 million unemployment fraud scheme. He said Rich and Unemployed. David D4VD had tons of child explicit things on his phone, prosecutors claim. They said Amazon Prime don't skip a beat. He was like, hey yo, I gotta deliver a package. Like, police got a whole street locked down, but they gonna deliver that package though. Dale Strawberry admitted to having sex between innings in 2016. He said on Sirius XM Mad Dog Radio that all he had to do was point. He had just had to point to a hoe in the audience and say, baby, meet me in the locker room so I can show you my home run or my balls in my catcher's mitt with my ball bat. A transgender couple was accused of kidnapping a 10-year-old boy and taking the child to Cuba for gender reassignment surgery without the mother's consent. NASA nuclear engineer found unalived in a burned Tesla after vanishing from his Alabama home last year. This woman ran 25 miles for the Boston Marathon and crawled the last 1.2 miles. I get it, but I'd be like, y'all gotta give me a wheelchair. Because this is insane. It's insane. A wheelchair, a walker, like, no. All right, let's see. A Brazilian woman suffers serious burns after her phone exploded in her back pocket. That's crazy. How hot was them cakes? Take the pants off at that point. So this Popeyes on Longdale burned down, and somebody said somebody rubbed two biscuits together, and that's all it took. This BMX bike trick literally broke the scoring system. Owner bought a rat to feed the snake, but they became best friends instead. I still don't know why people love snakes so much. Atlanta police just shut down a massive drug warehouse seizing over 1,200 pounds of marijuana, nearly 400 pounds of edibles, and 15 firearms in the process. And they arrested all these people, 40 people. Rihanna leaving a restaurant at 6 a.m. after a night out with her cousins. Imagine kicking it that hard. Like, she was kicking it. 6 a.m. and still coming out with the heels on. A new study suggests a common weed killer may be linked to mysterious global rise of young colorectal cancer. Sunning your balls increases your testosterone by 200%. My husband gonna have to get out there. He gonna have to get out there and get some sun on them balls. Retired NBA star J.R. Smith is set to graduate from North Carolina. That's very good. He said he was going back to college, and he did. I like J.R. when he was on the Cavaliers, even though he used to like mess up all the time, but the guy was good. You gotta be good to make it to the NBA. In my mind, I'll be swimming like this summer. The way he held his breath that long. And don't worry, he goes all the way back without coming up. That is like straight up concentration and focus. Because eventually I'd have to panic. Like, how I had to look and see how far am I? Like, for real. Now he go back again. Now I didn't know he did it again. How good is this dude's lungs? No, he went again. If he does this again, I'm done with him. All right. Bravo, brother. Bravo. Brian McKnight is coming for everybody with this lawsuit, naming his ex-wife, his son, Tasha K, and what he's calling a coordinated smear campaign. Too bad everybody can't sue for being a deadbeat dad. Brian, like, your own children said it. The biological parents of a baby mistakenly given to the wrong couple as a result of IVF mix-up has been identified. The parents have been identified. So they took home, I don't think the baby's black, but it's not white. But yeah, they got a mix-up with the baby. I don't know how that goes because they did find the parents, but do y'all swap babies? Are they gonna give the baby to the rightful parent? I don't know, but that's a big lawsuit right there. Terrifying footage captured the moment a hiker came face to face with a brown bear. Uh-oh. He was running from him. Thought you were supposed to just make noises or something. I think, what is it? Brown, get down. It's like things you're supposed to say or do. Oh no, I would crap my pants. Legendary Spanish matador can't eat, sleep, and suffered immense pain from a gruesome rectal goring dang injury from that bull. I think that's it, y'all. I think. Let's see. Yep, let's see what we got on the TikTok.
It is 55 back. Ass study, wanna study, wanna study, wanna study, wanna study, wanna study, wanna study. Ass study, wanna see it from the back. This was the grip. It is 55 back. Ass study, wanna 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 study.
And he texted me, "Get home safe." Like, no. I literally crashed my car. Like, I will not let a man tell me what to do. And he texted me.
I'm almost as stubborn. I am.
Take that little motherfucker.
It's a chicken wing.
Smack some ass on
Right.
first grade. Feed me.
What prescription of glasses that is? You're magnifying.
These bitches overboard because I can see everything. You smack somebody's ass with that? I grab some titties too.
Can it grip something?
Don't get mad. Talk to me. I want to put that in some batter. Do it. Chicken wing batter. Yes. When that motherfucker hit the thing, it say. Do a push-up, nigga, badass.
No,
nigga.
no,
Do
no,
a push-up.
no,
nigga.
don't do no.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it.
Put it to that. Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God.
man, don't listen to him, bro.
Do a
Listen.
cartwheel, badass.
No, hey,
nigga.
hey, no, hell
nigga,
no.
That nigga did it.
Security,
He's doing
get him
it.
out of- get him
He's
out of
doing
here,
it.
man.
Let me get my jacket.
What are you doing, man? You said put his shit in some batter.
A chicken wing. Put them up like. Take them there. Pow, pow.
Ridiculous.
Oh, shoot. Oh, this is my jacket.
That's how you know it's been a long day, when your jacket scare you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. You forgot your baby. Oh, God. Oh, no. What am I meant to do? Oh, shit.
Keep that motherfucker, man. What the hell you think you're supposed to do with it? Shit. Raise that motherfucker in a box. Now you got kangaroo jack.
This is when you say, crikeys. Somebody said, while I be darned.
Did you know that if you were born like a couple hundred years earlier, you would have to live outside and fight for every meal you ever had? Did you know?
Dogs do be looking at you like that.
Hello, Mr. Toby Man. Welcome back to my salon. So you did want another wig installed. It's like, I think it'll look very cute. Just trust the process. Stay still, please. Wow. I really like the shape of it, you know? It's giving very blob. So if you do want like a little bit banging moment, then you can just like pull it down in the front. If not, you can just scoop her to the side. I think it looks very fabulous. We'll just put some oil. Okay, texture. Wow, how do you like it? We do need to pray for payment. Thank you very much. One more. Oh, thank you, buddy.
The way my dog would have ran when she seen that wig. She don't like no weave. If I pull weave out, she be gone. She just, something about it scare her.
Please don't take it personally when people who speak to people for a living don't want to speak to you when they're finished with work. Bro, I've been speaking for the last 8.5 hours, and if you knew the type of people I was interacting with all day, and the conversations I was having, and the people I was trying to make understand the most simple concepts, you would understand why I don't want to speak to you. It's nothing personal. I still love you. I still want to speak to you, and I still want to spend time with you. I just need a bit of time to myself. I need a bit of silence before I start losing my mind. Please.
I be telling my husband this about computers. Like, I don't want to see a computer on my off day.
I just forgave myself for everything. Oh, gosh, it feels good. Highly recommend. Super, super easy. I just forgave myself for everything.
Listen, it probably will work, but you'll have to, like, do it every day.
I had to post the whole thing.
Don't beat you, man. Let go of my shit. Give me a bite you. Stop.
I had to post.
Are they brothers? Like, what is happening here? This has got to be so funny and embarrassing.
Could you do Q3 of next year? I'll pencil you in right now. I'm sorry, you said the pregame starts at 10? Are you out of your fucking mind? I'm gonna be balls deep in REM sleep by then. Give me something to work with here, man. Brewery, could you do one? Yep, I googled it, they allow dogs. I'd love to make a deal here. Tuesday, Chili's. That's your wife's due date. She can't hold it for like a day? You're afraid the smell of a triple dipper might induce labor? Okay, well, I don't see why that would be an issue. I have a doctor's appointment that day. Yeah, they found a lump. Probably nothing, just gotta get it checked. Could we circle back to the Chili's idea? Or we could send each other memes until our friendship fizzles out. Final offer, take it or leave it. Could you do Q3 of next?
No, for real. It's hard to get together with friends.
Shower. 11, 3 shower. 11, we finish it. I don't want Kadon shit everywhere.
I don't know who's crazier, her or the baby. Somebody said he bad, ain't he?
Sneaky little bitch. I let my motherfucking bread, I hear him, my sandwich bread. I was not looking. I was looking at YouTube real quick. Sneaky little bitch, shut up. Sneaky little bitch got my shit, homie. Yeah, you ate my fucking sandwich, motherfucker. Shut up. Sneaky little...
Tell myself that it will be alright. It's alright, yeah.
Man, that baby living the relaxed life.
When I was a day old, the government killed me because they said I was Al Qaeda with a pussy. But when I died, they said in order for you to walk again in a coma, eat Wendy's. When I was a day old, the government.
We don't give enough credit to the friends that we can be toxic in private with. We're able to talk shit, be toxic, say whatever we want, get the shit off our chest so that we can go out in society and in public and be a normal person without losing our fucking mind. We don't give enough credit to
real.
Good job, Krisha.
Good job, Keisha. The fact that this got almost 100,000 views cracks me up.
Right now, I'm not ready to like anybody. I have to learn to like myself and treat myself the best way I can. Right?
He's got the key to life. What an exciting life. Pig in a blanket, pig in a chair. Somebody said, good thing he didn't panic.
I had a heart attack 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry if you're sick of me, but I'm probably not going to stop talking about it until I feel like I've gotten all the information that I know out to you guys. And here's the thing, men and women don't experience heart attack symptoms in the same way. Men develop this crushing pressure, this sensation that stops them in their tracks. But unfortunately for women, the symptoms are a little bit more subtle. So while men feel things in their left arm, women feel things in their right shoulder, their right arm, and sometimes in their back. And while this is rare, women really don't feel the same kind of crushing pressure that men generally feel when they have a heart attack. I did feel like a ripping or more like a muscular tear in my chest while the event was occurring. Jaw pain is also a common complaint for women. Men drop, but women vomit. In fact, I filled a third of a mop bucket when I had my heart attack. I puked until there was nothing left but bile. And then I continued to dry heave for what seems like an eternity. More men have heart attacks that occur from blockages, but women suffer other types of heart attacks, like I did in this case with Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Both men and women seem to perspire during a cardiac event. However, women also become extremely short of breath and start panting. Most men know when they're having a heart attack, but most women delay, like I did, calling 911 or getting themselves to an emergency room because the combination of symptoms can feel like so many other things. And so a lot of us tend to sit in the bed wondering if we really need to go to the emergency room. And I just really want you to know that if you find yourself with pain in your chest, your arm, your shoulder, the back of your neck, in your jaw, with vomiting, nausea, cold sweats, panting, difficulty breathing, please go to the emergency room. I had a heart attack too.
The more you know, ladies.
I keep on falling.
Stop this because it'll be a copyright strike. But he fell and his pants came down.
If you do this 100 times a day, your upper back and neck pain will go away and you'll feel much more comfortable. If you do this 100 times a day, your shoulders and back will feel more free and less stiff and you'll feel amazing. If you do this 100 times a day, your lower back and core will get stronger and stiffness and tightness will start to fade. If you do this 100 times a day, your upper back and...
Somebody said my list of things to do 100 times a day is getting longer and longer. Somebody said I saved these and never doing me too, but one day I will.
All I'm trying to say is if Trump can start a war, I can break no contact. Call me, bitch. I miss you. All I'm trying...
All right, y'all. It's time for Kingdom Dawn. We got leopard on us today. We're back up far now so y'all can see it. We didn't go too far. But right here, this line right here. Make sure this stuff stay over here until I get finished my video. But we got leopard on us. Thank you, Dion. We're doing what it do. It's nice and cool today. So I went and did leopard today. That's all we doing. We're a little tired. We went to the dump with a load of trash today. So we got one more load and then we done. We just loving what we're doing. As y'all can see, ain't nothing but leopard. Nothing different. This leopard gonna come up. Y'all see the back of it. Come on back up here. Gorilla Glue Tape, vodka.
That boy clean. Somebody said all they see is Jerome in the house. Somebody said I know he hot. Somebody said I'm itching. Somebody said, where are you going dressed like that? That's what event? I want to see where he went. Hopefully he didn't get fired. I wonder, now I need to know. Did he get fired? He lost some weight. So he's been out for work for a while. He said he got fired.
So last Monday, I rode over a semi truck, and I just got the call that I'm fired. I'm fired! System, but yeah, I got the call. They said like you're officially terminated, and I know it's because I went viral. 30 million on TikTok, 15 on Instagram. I was on CBS and I was on Fox. You mad or no? But look, I'm not even gonna trip, bro. Like I'm gonna keep positive spirits because God got me.
So did he get fired because he posted it? Because I'm like, the snow is one thing, but maybe he got fired because he posted it.
Having a girl is realizing that she ain't gonna never be at 100% health. Like, it's gonna always be something. Her head hurt, her back hurt, she got a migraine, fucking cramps, a fucking mosquito bit. It's always gonna be something. This bitch check engine light is always on. And it's like, I get it. I try to give all the grace I can. Lord knows. I try to give all the grace, but damn. And don't let her fucking hair not be done. Now she thinks she ugly on top of that? Oh my God. Nobody's gonna have a good day.
No, he not lying, but it's rough. But I say a good week we're normal. For a week. Unless it's allergies or something. He's right. He's right, but it's the weekend and inspiration's on the way. Y'all stay blessed. Yeah. Good.
Shows up in the form of a question. Make that make sense, Pastor Mike? So what happens is doubt says, faith says, I'm going to get this job. Doubt says, but do they give it to people without the qualifications? Faith says, we're going to get married. Doubt says, but you know how they were last time. Faith says, I'm going to lose this weight. Doubt says, but they got 4 for 4s out. And half the church said. So what I'm realizing is our weapon against doubt is this revelation. Our weapon against doubt is this revelation that God can't lie. I didn't say God won't lie. He can't. He put a rule in place that even blocks him from attempting it. He says, I cannot lie. So the way we strengthen our faith in all things is by strengthening our faith in this one thing. In other words, if you're having trouble believing what God can do for you, hold fast to what God can't do to you, which is God can't lie. And sadly, many of us don't use our faith right. We only use faith in response to crisis. Faith should not be just a response to crisis. Faith should not be just a response to crisis. Make that make sense, Pastor Mike? Many of us only pull on our faith when we're in trouble. We got a bill behind. By faith, it's going to be paid by Thursday. We get sick. By faith, I'm about to be healed. Relationship go left. By faith, we going to make it. Faith isn't just a natural response to crisis. For the Bible tells us in Romans 1 and 17, finish this sentence for me, the just shall live by what? I'm going to say it again. The just shall live by what? Now notice what it says. Live by faith. Faith should be a walk of life. It should be a lifestyle. And what I'm trying to get you to realize is most of the times you have hard times believing what people say because you have to test what they say off the character of who said it. So if a liar tells me that I'm going to make it, I don't believe I'm going to make it because I know you to be a liar. If you have disappointed me in the past, that's why forgiveness, this is why in most relationships they're having a hard time trusting you again. It's not because they don't want to trust you. Your past character has proven you are untrustworthy. You aren't trustworthy. So what happens is God is saying, don't treat me like them, which is why he said in Numbers chapter 23, verse 19, it is so right there in your face. He says, I am not a man. I don't lie. You want to know what I wish he would have put right there? I wish this would have been one place in the Bible where he put a blank so you could fill in who's been lying to you. You might need to make that personal. I am not Ricky. I don't lie. I am not Sarah. I won't lie. And God is trying to get you to realize, I'm going to say this and I pray you can receive it. With me, there is no cap. With God, there is no cap. And I don't know if you're aware or not, but the scriptures are clear in communicating that God is a God of progression. God is a God of progression. He arranges and orchestrated the affairs of our lives so that we don't sit and stay stuck in seasons of stagnation, but rather we push for progress, experience advancement, and bust some moves. In other words, God is a God of progression. And I want you to really catch this. God creates everything to move forward. God creates everything to move forward. Make that make sense, PMJ. God says the reason you are frustrated, irritated, and aggravated. Think about this. Who's been frustrated lately? Who's been irritated lately? Who's been agitated lately? Who's been on edge lately? Who's been feeling this tingling sensation in your body like I'm finna snap on somebody any moment now? And let me free you what you messing up and believing. It ain't because you don't have no money. You didn't have no money last year. Most of us haven't had money in a long time. We've gotten used to doing what we do. It ain't because he tripping or she tripping. They were crazy 6 months ago. They gonna be crazy 6 months from now. It's not because your boss is picking on you. You didn't like them when you got there. They still crazy now that you are there. You are frustrated because for the first time in a long time, something in you is screaming, there has to be more than this. Put this in your notes, please. When there's an absence of progression, there is the presence of frustration. When there is an absence of progression, there is the presence of frustration. So when you do not feel you are progressing, frustration jumps in. I could deal with you better if I felt like we were progressing, but at least let's argue about something new. Progression. I don't know if I'm going to church today. You know, church just don't do it for me no more because all you're doing is coming and listening. You're not applying. And because all you do is come hear me and it goes in one ear and out the other, you don't realize the problem isn't the word. The problem is you're progressing. You should have went from receiving the word to going home studying the word to now getting a word. So then when you come back to church, I'm confirming what God already told you on Thursday. Did you catch that? Somebody say forward. I want to make a declarative, definitive statement for those of you in the room who cannot succinctly summarize what you've been feeling. Allow me to translate what you've been trying to say, but your frustration wouldn't let you articulate the words to say it. I am not built to be stuck. I'm in the wrong church today. I am not built to be stuck. I am built to move forward, which is why people who connect to me will be grateful they're connected to me, because some of us are the type of individuals who, when we move, we make sure everybody moves like us. And in this season of my life, can you put this in your notes for your pastor? I need you to choose advancement over cycles. Advancement over cycles. That's rich. Pastor Mike, what do you want to be more than just a great pastor, more than a great dad, more than a great husband? I want to be a cycle breaker. I want to be a cycle breaker. I want to be a cycle breaker. I want to be a man in my family who doesn't die from some form of alcohol poisoning. I want to be a cycle breaker. I want my marriage to work. I don't want divorce to fall through another generation. I want to be a cycle breaker. No, I want to bring my family out of poverty. I want to be a cycle breaker. I don't know who I'm preaching to in here, but that may be why your circle is bothering you, because when you are a cycle breaker, you don't like circles. Preach, PMJ. Which is why every time you try to fit in, you end up falling out, because by default, you can't even go in circles. I'm preaching to somebody. That's why no matter how many groups you get in, it always end up being two of y'all. It's because God did not build you to conform. Many of you are stuck in what Dr. Michael Eric Dyson calls anesthetizing conformity. Anesthetizing conformity. Anesthetize, anesthesia, it puts you to sleep. You so busy trying to fit in, you forgot God called you to break out. All right, I don't know who gonna catch this, and I'm finna preach to myself. Stop allowing people to trick you into believing you need to dummy yourself down to make people feel comfortable. I am a cycle breaker. I am a generational curse breaker. I am a generational trendsetter. If y'all don't feel me, you ain't got to be around me. But I refuse to be in the same place this year that I was in last year. So if you don't like it, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. God bless you, but I am a cycle. And if you're going to be a cycle breaker, you got to think different. You got to flow different. You got to be comfortable being on the outside, on the margin. You got to be comfortable being talked about. Hear me, when you're first, you won't be liked. Michael, when you're first, you won't be liked. Because when they can't... Okay, boom. All right. When you're first, you won't be liked. Because when they can't categorize you, they criticize you. Boy, when they can't categorize you, they criticize you. So many of you right now don't realize the criticism is nothing but an unprofessional critique to put you back in a category. Oh my God. I just heard what my lips said. The criticism is nothing but an unprofessional critique to put you back in a category. Meaning, you stepped outside of the realm of their definition. So they're going to hate on you until you get back into a place where they can properly define you based off of their inadequacies and deficiencies. But the fact that you can't describe me lets me know that God called me to be different. I am a cycle breaker. Now let's talk about this now. The Apostle Paul captures this concept when he says in Philippians 3:13 through 14, brethren, I do not count myself as to have apprehended it, but one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, reaching forward to those things which lie ahead. Grandmama would go crazy right here. One word, I press. See, that's why I love this young church. I need an old church sometimes, because grandmama would have lost it right there. Forgetting those things which are behind, looking forward to the things that lie ahead, I press. Toward the goal, for the prize of the upward calling of God in Christ Jesus. See, but you need more than than that, I see, huh? You need more than that. So let's go deeper right here. Let's go deeper right here. Look at what Paul says. I want you to take really good notes right here. Paul says, this one thing I do. Please write that. Please. This one thing I do. Paul was a specialist. Wow. Paul was a specialist. Paul said, no, I know I'm gifted. I can prophesy. I can open churches. I can be an apostle. I even was a bad boy at one season of my life. I can do a whole lot of stuff. I'm a tent maker, which is why most churches look like tents, because Paul was a tent maker. Jesus saved us, but Paul built the repetition and the model for churches. Paul would go from city to city building churches, opening churches. And because Paul was a tent maker, most churches look like what? Tents. So Paul says, I'm gifted, I'm crafted, I'm skilled, I'm anointed, I'm blessed, but make no mistakes about it. This one thing I do. Paul was a specialist. Just like an athlete, Paul specialized in one thing. What was Paul's one thing? Here it is, reaching the goal. All my fellas, give me a roof roof. All my fellas, give me a roof roof. All right, fellas, hear me when I say this, man. Hear me when I say this. And shameless plug, first Monday in March. All my fellas, meet me right here, man. I'm going to have barbers on stage, basketball goals, all the food you can eat. It's going to be a Rockefellers night. I want to see all my men here first Monday in March, 7 p.m. Come rock with me right here. But fellas, if you ever get time, go read up on Paul, because Paul loved giving us symbolisms like athletes. Paul would be in the Bible and say, I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what I must. I like ball. So when I read Paul, Paul gives a lot of athletic analogies. Paul says, this one thing I do. He is a specialist. Like an athlete, he says, I got one goal. What is that? Reaching the goal. Notice that he left the past behind him in order to reach to his future. He says, watch this, I got one thing. Somebody say one thing. You excel when you specialize. You excel when you specialize. The one thing. Somebody say one thing. Now I gotta pause, because so many of you hear me. There is no such thing as a bad message, but there is a such thing as a bad listener. A bad listener. A lot of times I say things, but you interpret it how you want to. So then you leave here living your truth, not the truth. Okay, so when I said Paul said this one thing, you got this one thing. Many of you in your head, I'm automatically saying, I got to stop all this other stuff and figure out the one thing I do well. Let me free you. That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody in here has the same one thing. What's the one thing? To do what pleases God. Paul says, I'm opening churches, I'm changing the game, I'm writing letters that are eventually going to become books of the Bible, but don't get it twisted. My number one goal is to do what pleases God. This one thing I do. I don't think you heard what I just said. This one thing I do. Paul said, I am a specialist. And what's the problem with so many people in this room? I'm going to say it slow so you can catch it. The devil tricks you into pursuing everything you think you want, so you'll never be special at what God wants for you. Oh, wow. The devil tricks you into pursuing everything you think you want, so you will never be special at what God wants for you. That's crazy. He makes you think you got to do a lot when you don't realize you're going to be average at a lot and not special at nothing. This is critical. I need you to catch this. So if you want to know the secret to Paul's success, it is that Paul had a one-track mind. Nothing was as important to him as pleasing the Lord. He says, this one thing I do. Many things can block the one thing, but one thing can birth many things. Did you hear what your pastor said? Many things can block the one thing. What's your one thing? To do what pleases who? To do what pleases who? So let me free you. I want you to put this in your notes, please. It's not on the screen. If you master the one thing, he'll put an adjective on your thing. If you master the one thing, he will put an adjective on your thing. Pastor Mike, that didn't make sense. If you just do what pleases God, and Pastor Mike, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman. Okay, cool. God bless you, businesswoman, boss lady. God bless you. But here's the problem. The business not really growing. It's a business in name, but it's not necessarily a business in function. So although you're taking nice pictures and people are smiling and getting likes about the pictures, what is it producing? Anything that don't produce is a hobby. So a lot of us are holding titles that we ain't functioning in. And it's because you're doing your thing, not the one thing. Y'all don't hear me in here. So what happens is when I master the one thing, he takes me from being a businesswoman, adjective, to a blessed businesswoman. When I master the one thing, he takes me from being a father to an exalted Father. So what I'm learning is in my life, there were so many things I tried to do that God did not bless because I was abandoning the one thing. Ooh, that's rich, ain't it? That's rich, ain't it? And nobody's going to tell you that because the culture is going to always trick you into believing you got to go get it. Girl, I got this business, I got so-and-so, I got this, I got that, I'm doing this. Look at what your pastor said. Bring me my stuff. I want you to see what your pastor is saying right here. What your pastor is saying, you can do a lot. I'm not mad at you doing a lot. The problem is, I'm finna have church by myself. You doing it out of order. The problem is, you can leave it right there. You are doing it quickly, out of order. You are doing it out of order. Make that make sense, Pastor Mike, okay? Your problem is, you want to do a lot of stuff, okay? I'm going to be a businesswoman on Monday. I'm going to be a mom on Tuesday. Be somebody's wife on Wednesday. I'm going to go get this. I'm going to start a paper on Thursday. I'm going to do all this. So the problem is, God like, okay, cool. Since you want to be average at everything, I'm going to give you enough for everything. Because I can't waste my pour. I need you to catch this now. I can't waste my pour. So what the problem is, see, you listed everything you wanted, and none of it includes me. And yet you never even prayed to see if it was my will for your life. Okay, I'm gonna say this. There are three types of wheels I need you to grab. Three types of wheels I need you to grab. The first wheel is outside the wheel. This is the lowest level of living, being outside the will of God. It is the lowest level of living. It is self-idolatry. You have made an idol out of yourself. You believe in you so much that you have failed to pray to God. Now let me say this. I want you to catch this. Human beings are the only product that argues with the manufacturer. I think I'm in the wrong church. Human beings are the only thing created on earth that argues with the manufacturer. The fish don't complain because they're not on land. They enjoy the water. Why? Because they know they were created for water. Your car ain't fussing like, why you won't put me in water? Because I saw a boat yesterday, and why the boat get to get in the water and I can't get in the water? Your car said, you know what? Keep me on this street. I'm going to be cool. Your boat looked at the car and said, you stay on the street, I'm going to stay on the water. I can't do what you do. You can't do what I do. But you, when God says pray, I'm going to just grind. God says stop, I'm going to keep going. We are the only thing created that argues with the manufacturer. And that means you are in a place called, there are three levels outside the wheel. It means you believe, nobody going to say amen, but it's cool. God, I don't have to pray. Okay, there's a difference between what you say and what's heard. Okay, I've done this before, I'll do it again. All right, what you said is, I'm not gonna pray. Something happened in your life, I'm not gonna pray, I'm gonna make a phone call, I know people. That's what you said. But what God heard was, okay, this is why in relationships, you can say something small like, you getting on my nerves, and you thought it was simple. But what she really heard was, that's why I don't talk to you in the first place, because of what you did last time. Now you sitting there not even knowing why she mad, because although you said something, she heard something. Michael. So when you went through your trial and you did, see the sister's like, will you say that again, please? Can you please? So when you went through your trial and didn't even pray about it, when you needed God to come through for you, but you picked up the phone and started calling connects and calling people who got the hookup before you took it to God, what you were telling God was, hey, you're not really God enough to fix this. And every time I try to wait on you, you don't move quick enough. So I'm not going to be foolish like the rest of them folks. I got me. I'll wake me up this morning. I'll clothe me in my right mind. I, out of the wheel. No, out of the wheel. What's best for me? Can I ask you a question? I know what's best. All right, I'm going to say this. I pray God for y'all to get out the witness protection program and receive what I'm about to say. Have you ever wanted something so bad and you kind of knew God didn't want you to have it, but you made up in your mind, I want this, then you got it? It was like, I don't want it no more. Throw your hand up. Have you ever wanted somebody so bad and everything in your spirit was like, don't do that, but then you told yourself, I can change them, I can be better. Then once you got them, you was in the car driving, like, I don't want it no more, I don't want it no more, I don't want it no more. Why do we have to fall in order to realize God can pick us up? I am done listening to my own will, which is why the scripture says, not my will, but at the wheel.